The will to win, it cannot be beat. The will to win, it can't be beat. You can't you can't lose when your will to win is high, very high. If you have something to focus on, like I want to be, a FIBA soccer player, then your concentration has to be on soccer. Now, although you're in this world and there's distractions, I get it, but your concentration has to be on soccer. Now, that's an example. But the will to win, it cannot be beat. That's why I think the team concept sometimes it struggles, because everybody's not on the same level in terms of their will to win. Relationships take a tumble a lot of times because of possibly their lack of will to win and be successful together. 3+ rule doesn't work. Can't have an entity outside of the two in a relationship world. That won't work. So the will to win cannot be successful in a relationship world when it's 2+. In a school environment, or as a youth, a young person, the will to win, it seems like it's only embedded in a few. Everybody else seems to need to be taught, they're handheld, guided, all while they have the mindset of being rude and disrespectful to you in the process. So all of the helpers who may have a will to win are forced to stand inside of the gut and the eye of the eagle and help despite all of the people that you're trying to help will is low to win. You have to have a high will. Your will has got to be high in order to win. And it can't be any other way. You won't be able to be successful, I believe, unless you figure out another way. But desire, focus, concentration, all of those things create a better opportunity to be successful and stand on your legs and your own independence if your will to be successful for yourself and for your family is very high. Divorce is triggered because the will is low. Both people have turned loose the reins on the horse and let it run by itself. And that's when you get a wild horse running in the relationship world. It won't work. When you think about yourself, if you are career oriented and you have zeroed in on something, a task or a job that you want to develop, if you're into the entrepreneur world, all of these things are very powerful instruments in your will. If you go back to days where it was legal to have people work for you for free. You start to see some of the people that worked for free had a will that was out of this world to be able to be free and not just to work for free. So it was a dream, it was a fantasy, and a lot of them didn't make it to that point on this side. But I do pray that their spirits have found freedom, immediately after they left this side of the earth. And that's coming straight from the heart, because there's no sense in having to suffer twice. Khalid always say this line, "What did I do to you?" And as far as I'm concerned, people who are locked against their own will, even if it's a young lady who's been abducted by some grown man, either because he feels like it or his self-esteem is low, and he think that he's ready to get some rocks or something off, and have this female trapped against her own will. She now automatically has a permanent desire to be free. And she's not thinking about, I got to pay this gas bill. I have to pay my student loans. I have to go to the grocery store and pick up some food for Thanksgiving. Her whole thought process and her will is consumed in, I gotta get loose. I gotta get free. There's nothing more important at that stage. Now, I get in trouble for the stuff that I say. And that was a tough example, but the concentration level of what I'm saying of that same young lady who, against her own will, that type of zest and desire that we may not have even known we had in us kicks in automatically. And there's nothing more important than that. So what if, now hear me out for a second, what if we were free already and we were not incarcerated, or we was not tied down against our own will, and we still demonstrated and lived a heart-pumping life of that type of will and determination to get loose and free and create an environment that is super successful for ourselves and our loved ones. So what are you saying? What are you saying? I'm saying that you have to close your eyes for a minute and visualize what it would be like to have your freedom taken away, and it's in the hands of an oppressor. My ex-wife used to say to me, chains of the mind, chains of the mind. She used to flick her fingers like this, almost like she was sprinkling some paprika or something at me, and would say, chains of the mind. So now, what are you saying? That all of this incarceration, oppression, destruction, and all of these things are inside of my mind? Well, just in case they are, I wanted to cover it in the video presentation today to show you all that this is a $1 billion presentation, and I got 2 people that's gonna watch it, and I am pissed about that. I will keep it real with you. I am upset that none of it ever gets a chance to hit viral and go big, but I realize that this is the way it is in terms of not having the type of notoriety or whatever, my will ain't strong enough, I guess. But this presentation is not for just you, it's for me. I got a focus. I got one. And it's underway. And I'm happy about that. And I've changed my whole demeanor. So my will is different. I'm looking any type of oppressor in the face like, them days is done, dude. But what's happening is the catastrophic events that do occur are just like psychological. Like my ex-wife told me, nobody physically has me incarcerated, but inside of my mind, I feel like I am trapped and can't get loose and can't bust out. And praying is always a positive way of doing that, but worshiping is better. So just giving God credit and living a life that's focusing more on God's will instead of mine's, then things would be however many times better. But the will to win, it can't be beat. So I want to say that as motivation, as encouragement to somebody. It can't be beat. So you guys have a great day. I'm going to go ahead and close this off. Subscribe and all of that other good stuff. And we'll talk later.